of views, comments, background reports, and in-depth analysis. Issues all about Liberia and the rest of the world. Today is Monday, July 29, 2024. I'm Alfred Rogers, anchoring. In the headlines this afternoon, 15-year-old Liberian female footballer allegedly kills her same-sex lover in Painesville. West African Health Organization seeks a harmonized curriculum in the health sciences at universities across the region.
Once the authority or heads of state of the sub-region approves it, it means it is essential that, for example, Liberia is going to be one of the pilot countries, to implement the programs.
United Kingdom business experts expected to visit Liberia soon on trade mission. And away from home, African National Congress expels former South African's President Jacob Zuma after campaigning for a rival party. Details of these interesting stories plus more, including the news in French, Newsline Sports, all coming up this afternoon on the program. First, here is Grace Moriezi with the news bulletin.
Police in Monrovia are investigating a 15-year-old player of Liberian women's club Stages Queen for reportedly killing her female lover. Alvina Weeder was Saturday accused of brutally murdering her alleged same-sex partner, Josephine Bowie, over suspicion of having an affair with another female football player. The friends and family members of the victim told the police Alvina and her lover Josephine got into a serious confrontation last Wednesday after love text messages disclosed she was having affairs with another female player was seen on Josephine's phone. Eyewitnesses said Alvina allegedly attacked Josephine with a knife, stabbing her multiple times on the head and neck. Police confirmed that the victim died from the multiple wounds sustained. ECOWAS West African Health Organization has ended a 2-week technical session in Togo to harmonize curricula in the health sciences at institutions of higher learning in the region. Liberia was represented at the Lomé meeting by the Executive Director of the National Commission on Higher Education, Dr. Edward Wonkele. Dr. Wonkele told ELBC Monday a harmonized curriculum will be used by all member states, was finalized, and is awaiting approval by heads of state and government.
Once the authority or heads of state of the sub-region approves it, it means it is essential that, for example, Liberia is going to be one of the pilot countries, to implement the programs.
He said following the heads of states approval, all commissions of higher education will enforce the implementation of the document. Dr. Wonkele thanked the Liberia Board for nursing and midwifery and other stakeholders in the health sector for their support and urged universities and colleges to cooperate. A United Kingdom trade delegation from London is to shortly visit Liberia to provide investment opportunities for business owners. A release from the Liberian Embassy in London says the delegation will arrive in Liberia early August this year. Upon the arrival, the UK-based delegation will hold talks with relevant stakeholders and actors of the private sector for the socio-economic advancement of the country. The release is also quoted as saying the initiative will explore Liberia's rich tourism potential and provide access to industry leaders and policymakers to invest in the country. Meanwhile, the Liberia UK Embassy is urging those interested in the upcoming trade mission to contact its London office with specific business interests and areas of focus. Lo-Fi County Senator Momo Cyrus has dedicated a modern structure for the disabled community in Vonjama. Senator Cyrus said the building project was captured in his development agenda to make the less fortunate inclusive in the local governance structure. The Lo-Fi County Senator said the over 40,000 United States dollars project comprises homes, offices, and conference room. Senator Cyrus spoke over the weekend at the dedicatory ceremony in Vonjama, Lo-Fi County. Meanwhile, Lo-Fi County Superintendent Lavila Masakwe has praised Senator Cyrus for the gesture. Superintendent Massaquoi said the structure will enhance the livelihood of the disabled community in making them productive citizens. He called on other well meaning citizens to emulate the good example of the senator to improve the lives of the less privileged. At the same time, the head of the visually impaired, Vafole Sharif, and Yamambala of the Lofa County Disabled thanked the Lofa County Senator for the assistance. They also hailed Senator Cyrus for adding dignity to their well being as integral part of the larger society. Several journalists in Margibi County have benefited from a day-long training on script writing, programming, and radio production. The training held over the weekend was organized by LBS legislative reporter Emmanuel Cully and Oneness Media to harness the skills of journalists in Kakata. Veteran trainer and LBS Deputy Director for Media Services Hassan Kiau and Peter Kokwe, School of Journalism trainer Edwin Clark led the facilitation of the training. The organizer, Emmanuel Colley, said to ensure quality in the media hands-on trainings are key to sustain a thriving media environment. Journalist Colley urged the participants to maximize the knowledge acquired to better their crafts and rise above the spirit of complacency. The 177th Independence Day orator in Grangide County, Reverend Maxwell Dwyer, has called on citizens of the county to be patriotic. Reverend Dwyer wants the citizens put the interest of Grangide County above personal interest. He also called on them to cultivate a spirit of peace, reconciliation, and unity. Reverend Dwyer further said Liberia has achieved a lot over the years that needs to be celebrated. And the executive director of Love Care Foundation, Lavester Sati, wants government construct additional recreation centers in rural Montserrado County. According to Madam Sati, the construction of additional centers in the area will prevent vulnerable children from danger during any important celebration. She said, besides, it will prevent them from being sexually abused, from roadside accidents, and involvement in other harmful activities. Madam Sati told our correspondent that the various recreation centers, the children will be monitored and cared for by caretakers during celebration day. Currently, there is one government-built recreation center in rural Montserrado County located in Bensonville.
Chris Moliyesi and the news bulletin. She returns a little later. That's when you listen to the foreign news. This is Newsline on State Radio. One of the big stories we follow in this afternoon. 15-year-old Liberian female footballer allegedly kills her same-sex lover in Painesville. Today's one now where Liberia has joined other member states of ECOWAS to finalize harmonized curricula in the health sciences at institutions of higher learning in the region. Held in Lomé, Togo, Liberia was represented at the two-week technical session meeting by the Executive Director of the National Commission on Higher Education, Dr. Edward Wonkoyo. In an interview with Rafli Kamara on the Super Morning Show Monday, Dr. Wonkoyo disclosed the meeting was organized by the West African Health Organization, WAHO.
The overarching view here, which resonates, within a sub-region, is that it becomes very compellingly